Hello Commanders, welcome back to the command table. I am Mathramar and I will be taking you through the second half of map 3 in the Eldritch Mountains, battles 316 through 320. Before we get to that though, if you would please be so kind as to like, subscribe, and if you want notifications when I drop new videos, be sure to hit that notification bell. Also, if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave those below. Okay, we're on map 316. So for this one, what I've done is I've got kind of the usual setup where I've got a tank up front and the Valkyrie way back to where it's well out of the range of anything like a Phoenix or an Ember Fiend. The Earth Elemental was a natural choice here because it can be healed by the Valkyrie, unlike a Molten Armor, which is the other tanky unit that's immune to fire. Also, we have 5 groups of Fire Knights, so that's kind of an issue. So we're going to mitigate that just by having the one unit up there that's immune to fire, so we've totally negated all that fire damage. And then what we're going to have is, since this catapult's right here, it's not going to matter. The Valkyrie does not heal constructs, so the Earth Elemental is still the closest thing. Now we've got these Plague Bearers back here because Fire Knights, Ember Fiends, Phoenix, Thorn Guards are all vulnerable to plague. So the only thing that isn't is this Earth Elemental, and that's not a huge deal. Like, we'll be able to get through him. It might take a little while to grind through, but he'll go down. So we've also got these 3 bomb bots. Now I've put one up here to clear out the Thorn Guards, but these 2 down here, the reason that I have them is because units have a tendency to just run straight through. So even if this Earth Elemental is technically closer to some of those Fire Knights, if this Valkyrie is directly in front of the Fire Knights, they will run right past that Earth Elemental to the Valkyrie. So we have to be cautious about that. So that should cover the basics. The 2 bomb bots are going to clear the Thorn Guards, then the lower Fire Knights, and that's going to make sure that everything gravitates to that Earth Elemental, and that's where I want it to be. So let's go ahead and let it run. It's a little bit of a longer battle. Again, there we go. We've cleared out that entire bottom contingent there, and now we've got pretty much everything coalesced around the Earth Elemental. The issue we run into is right here. There's a plagued Fire Knight that manages to tag the Valkyrie, and now it's got plague on it, but one of the things that you'll notice is that they overwrite that debuff with fire, which actually runs out. So there's a duration on the fire as opposed to the plague, where the plague stays on you until it's either cleansed or you die. So Valkyrie's barely clinging on for dear life there. Maybe some slight adjustments necessary to, or you might just have to run it 2 or 3 times before it goes through. But yeah, kind of dicey on that Valkyrie. And Catapult definitely wins during the frenzy, so didn't have to worry about that Phoenix in the end. Alright, let's move on to 317. Arcane Nomads. Okay, we have a Spider's Nest, we've got a Paladin, we've got a Soul Pylon. Don't see those very often. 2 Crystal Spires, and it looks like about 5 groups of Arcane Blades. So I decided that what I would do for this one is just flip the Arcane Blades right back around on themselves. So I've got 3 level 8 Mind Shrooms right in the front. That's going to keep the Arcane Blades occupied because you'll usually see them start ping-ponging all over the map. And it's usually the case that once they're locked in fighting another Arcane Blade, that they just kind of stay on that Arcane Blade and they just blink all over the place. So I've got the 2 Crystal Spires that, while one is mind controlled and the other one is vulnerable, the Crystal Spires will be able to focus fire on those. And then when the other ones come out of mind control, I'll have my Arcane Blades as well as the Crystal Spires to kind of finish off whatever's left. I've put my Assassins in places to where they'll be able to take out the Spider's Nests and the Soul Pylon and the Crystal Spires. The Soul Pylon's kind of a big deal. Again, if you just make sure that there's no bodies within its radius, like you could just fight the battle over here, and then you don't even have to worry about that Soul Pylon until the end. But I'm just going to go ahead and take it out with my assassins that I've adjusted with my trick of taking them off the map, putting them back on, until I've got the right formation that I want. So that's a nice vertical formation, vertical split. They'll be able to split to the spire and the soul pylon. I've thrown in this set of crows just to stun things. That should help a little. I just had an extra army point, so I figured why not. Give the crows a little daylight. Okay, there goes all the constructs. Now we're down to arcane blades, a paladin, and a stormcaller. And it doesn't take too long to burn through all of it. You'll notice I've got kind of just a few units left, but at that point it's not going to matter. They're all going down. All right, let's move on to 318. Okay, here, Peacekeepers. Okay, we have a Valkyrie, we have 2 Arcane Archers, a Paladin, a set of Faceless Knights, and 2 sets of Thorn Guards with 3 sets of Crows with their doveskin. So the Crows, they take a minute to get functional. They have to fly up into the air and then come back down. So even if the Crows get up and then go to attack one of these bomb bots, it's going to have sufficient time to run up and get at least the outer radius of its explosive charge on whatever I'm sending it at. But I'm pretty sure I get all of them. I've put the assassins to where they'll be able to nuke this Valkyrie and then move forward and quickly start chipping away on whatever else is right here. The rest that I have in the back is intended to be for the crows. Again, we just stack it with a lot of bodies. They have just a little bit of time to move forward, and so they'll all be kind of around this crystal spire. The shield bearers are immune to stun, so the crow stun isn't going to affect them. The plague bearers just have a lot of bodies, so that'll give plenty of targets for the crows to hit instead of the crystal spire, which should do a good job of helping to clear through those rather quickly. Okay, here goes. So again, watch those bomb bots. A couple of crows try to go after him, but it's just not fast enough. Did miss one of those arcane archers, but they were the closest thing after the paladin went down, so it wasn't hard for the assassins to go and clear it out. Now it's just a matter of waiting for the crows to die. I did lose my crystal spire, but that won't happen every time. All right, let's move on to 319. Okay, here we have a paladin, a monster hunter, and a catapult with 3 sets of hammer throwers, 3 righteous defenders, and 2 dire wolves. So this is called the wolf cult. We're going to take out the catapult with these assassins, and then the assassins will contribute whatever else they can wherever else, but their main job is just to take out that catapult. Usually a group of 3 assassins like that should be able to take down a catapult before it can get a shot off, which means that my crystal spire should be safe and I don't have to worry about having a barrier monk. This right here, these 2 bomb bots, you'll notice that I'm threading the needle right in between the groups. This first bomb bot is actually going to explode, taking care of all these dire wolves, allowing this bomb bot to penetrate even deeper and take out that paladin. So I was pretty pleased with how that played out. I've tagged the battle drummer onto the crystal spires so that the thorn guards are still in the radius, but if there are any dire wolves or anything that make it through, their AoE frontal cone attack is not going to chip away at that battle drummer, but the thorn guards will still get the buff. The Valkyries will keep at least 1 thorn guard alive, which should hold everything at bay, allowing the crystal spires to work through and get all the damage that we need. Oh, and the monster hunter will kill itself on the thorn guards if it doesn't get blown up. Okay, boom. Oh, there it went. Okay, monster hunter down, so we don't have to worry about that. But even if the monster hunter did get through, the thorn guard would hold it and it would die. So now it's just a matter of letting the crystal spires do their work. If you're in a season that doesn't have the reach power stone, I think it's called reach. It's either reach or range. It provides range, so I think it's called reach. Then you might just have to wait for your thorn guard to work through and get the hammer throwers. You'll notice that the Valkyrie was stuck behind So you may actually want to adjust the position on that Valkyrie to where it's able to run forward and keep that Thorn Guard going. Okay, let's do 320. Werebears. All right, we have 3 brutes, we have 2 ancient trees, we have 2 dire wolves, and 3 groups of shield bearers. So everything here is very high health. Shield bearers have a lot of health, dire wolves do, brutes do. Everything has high health in this group. So a natural choice is the Ember Fiend because everything is in this group is susceptible to fire damage. So Burn is going to do a lot of the heavy lifting here. I've included the archers in order to take care of the ancient trees. So having everything else, since it's all melee, is all just going to run up to these Thorn Guards. I've again done the trick with the Battle Drummer where he's recessed from the Thorn Guards by tagging him onto the Crystal Spires, but the Thorn Guards still get the buff. Crystal Spires are going to do a lot of the heavy lifting for damage, and the archers are just there because the Crystal Spires won't be able to reach the ancient trees. So yeah, the Ember Fiend though is probably going to be the MVP of this battle just because it's going to do a lot of percentage-based damage. So yeah, fire. Oh, look at that burn. They're all going to start going down very fast. Then it's just a matter of grinding through and the archers and the Ember Fiend reaching the 2 ancient trees and clearing those out. And that was another trick is, the ancient trees can just devastate swarm armies. So just fight the battle where you want to fight it. Make the enemy come to you because the trees don't move. Alright, so that was 320. Thank you for watching. We'll have the next battles for you, as you can see, coming right up. So thank you for watching. Again, please do like and subscribe, and check out thecommandtable.com, where we have tutorials, raid strats, and in the near future we will have merchandise and a comic strip. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.